This topic is prescribed in the syllabus of 9th standard students. The chapter is chemical bonding and the topic is ionic bonding. We are familiar with the term intermolecular attraction. What is intermolecular attraction? The force of attraction that holds atoms together in a molecule is known as intermolecular attraction. Mainly, there are three types of intermolecular forces, which are ionic bonding, covalent bonding, and metallic bonding. Let us take the example of sodium chloride. We know that sodium chloride consists of two atoms, that is sodium and chlorine. Let us analyze the electronic configuration of sodium and chlorine atoms. The outermost shell of sodium has 1 electron and that of chlorine has 7 electrons. According to the octet theory, both sodium and chlorine are unstable because they do not have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Then how do sodium and chlorine attain stability? Sodium attains stability when it loses an electron and chlorine attains stability when it accepts the electron. Transfer of one electron thus stabilizes both sodium and chlorine atoms. It is clear from the diagram. Now what about the charge of sodium and chlorine atoms after the electron transfer? As a result of the transfer of an electron, sodium becomes a positive ion and chlorine becomes a negative ion. It is clear from the diagram. Sodium loses an electron and becomes a positive ion or cation. Chlorine gains an electron and becomes a negative ion or anion. Both sodium and chlorine atoms complete an octet in their outermost shell and attain stability as shown below. Now, let us see the arrangement in atoms before and after the transfer of electron. The table shows electronic configuration, number of electrons, number of protons, and the charge of sodium and chlorine atoms before and after the transfer of electrons. It further explains how sodium and chlorine atom attain stability through the electron transfer. Now, can you answer these questions based on sodium chloride? Which atom donated the electron? It is the sodium atom which donated the electron. How many? It is 1. Which atom accepted the electron? It is a chlorine atom which accepted the electron. How many? Only 1 electron. How are the atoms called after they get charged? They are called as ions. Now, moving on to the representation of electron transfer using equation. Electron transfer during the formation of sodium chloride can be written in the form of an equation. Na giving Na plus 1 electron. Cl plus 1 electron giving Cl minus. Now let us see the kind of bonding in sodium chloride. The oppositely charged ions such as Na plus and Cl minus are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. This type of attraction between two atoms during the transference of electron is known as ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Now, we are going to see some of the very interesting properties of ionic compounds. They are solids at room temperature, have high melting point and boiling point, does not conduct electricity in solid state but does in the liquid and aqueous state. And Aqueous means dissolved in water. Before we conclude, here we see some other examples of ionic compounds. They include sodium fluoride, magnesium oxide and magnesium fluoride. When we conclude, we find that ionic bonding is formed by the transference of electrons from a metal to a non-metal.